Hello, everybody, and welcome to the JNL Sports Show. It is episode 69, May 7th, 2021. You're doing it now.
I was smiling before because
You're smiling.
I was
As
smiling.
soon as I said 69, I heard
his
his lip.
No, I was smiling the entire.
Childish.
I was smiling the entire time because you started smiling before you recorded. I felt like you were about to fuck up again.
Childish.
No.
Come on with the fuck up again. Just telling everyone that this is take two.
Yeah, this is take two, by the way, because Josh forgot to turn his mic on like an idiot.
Yeah, did the entire intro without the mic.
Yeah, did the entire intro. And
it was a good one, too.
It was.
We were making fun of Isaac.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
It was perfect.
Noah's here. Luke's here. Isaac is obviously here. I really wish we had that first audio.
Yeah.
It was a good take.
It was.
Let's get into the
really
folder.
Was.
Yesterday. Was this yesterday? Yeah. What the fuck is happening with boxing? Is it a meme now?
I'm kinda.
It's
Kinda
tough.
is.
It's sad for boxing because they're like, boxing used to be like a very like before UFC was huge.
Yeah.
Before we were alive, boxing was like the combat sport.
Right.
And now it's YouTubers.
Yeah, it's just YouTubers.
Not that
Fighting.
Mayweather isn't a boxer.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
50 and 0?
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat McGregor.
Fighting
McGregor was his last fight, I
fighting
think.
Logan Paul for.
Can you imagine?
I mean, it doesn't go towards his record because it's an exhibition match.
But can you, even still,
I mean,
though,
That
still,
would
it'd be-
discredit a lot of.
the-
It would be tough.
I mean, granted, he hasn't fought in, 3 years, right?
Something like that.
Something like that.
but it's
It still is a YouTuber, you know,
yeah,
which is
it's
tough.
not even Jake Paul.
But
it's
the-
Logan Paul.
We'll talk about the press conference a little bit. Some shots were thrown, some unnecessary shots.
Some shots.
Logan-
were thrown.
I saw a lot of like backstage stuff because Logan has cameras on him at all
Yeah.
times. It's like just what he does, and he was like when so Mayweather brought up the Japan thing,
Yep.
and Logan Paul was like, "Oh, didn't know we were doing that. Remember when you beat your wife?" And I was
Yeah,
like,
basically.
"Jesus, holy shit!" And then when he came off.
It got personal.
It did get personal, and when he came off the stage, he was like, "I didn't know that we were getting that personal. Like that's what, like I didn't think he was going to bring up Japan." Mayweather, though, like I don't think he should talk as much as he does. He's very good, but he's not good at like me and him are probably on the same level of doing sentences. See how I just did that?
The coherence.
Well,
in your-
yes,
in your
yes,
sentences,
correct.
yeah.
And well-spokenness.
Yeah, well spoken. Yeah, correct. We're both not that. You know, there's one thing me and Mayweather have in common, which I mean we might have a lot in common.
How tall is he?
That's fucked up. Jesus.
No, that's an actual question.
I don't
'cause
know.
You might be similar in height to him.
We
as well.
might be.
Said you are
it is
short.
It is wild how tall Logan Paul is compared to him
Yeah.
in this picture here.
He's like Mayweather's like what, just above his shoulders.
5'8". Mayweather's 5'8". Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, so he's shorter than us.
yeah. So
that
there
doesn't
was.
mean he can't beat the shit out of all of us.
He
but
will,
it-
he will,
it's
yeah.
just-
But
he
he
just happens to be shorter. Than
Also,
us.
he has hair, which I like. He never had hair, right?
Yeah.
As far as I read, that was like the biggest takeaway for me.
And he's got like the full beard. Didn't he used to have like what? Like
Yeah.
The goatee.
Yeah. And even sometimes then he'd go clean, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's got the full.
But they, where was this? Was this in Jacksonville?
I don't know where it was, but
It looks like a football stadium.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. The first press conference for the fight.
Yeah, and so the story of it wasn't even from the press conference. It's
No.
what happened after the press conference.
Jake
that took-
Paul stole the show.
Once again, Jake
Once
Paul
again.
couldn't stay out of the spotlight, couldn't help himself. And I honestly kind of feel bad for Logan Paul in this scenario because, like I saw, there was a bunch of like behind the scenes stuff I saw after, and like he was like mad that Jake did this. Like he was like, "Why the fuck? What did he do? Like why did he do that? Like what is he doing?
I don't know.
Why is
But yeah,
he?
like-
Because this has nothing to do with Jake Paul.
Right. Yeah.
This
like,
is Logan
when-
Paul versus Mayweather.
When Logan and Floyd were on the stage,
Jake
Paul
untied his shoe.
Untied his shoe.
Come on,
like,
dude.
For no reason.
Childish.
And then him and Floyd got into it. They were arguing or whatever. Probably a setup moment, I would imagine.
I think
And then-
them meeting was a setup.
Yeah,
like I think
that's
them
what I'm
coming,
saying, yeah.
them meeting was a setup for sure. I don't
and then,
think
And then Jake Paul just said, "Got your hat." Took his hat and
like a
and dipped.
fucking seventh grader.
Yeah, correct.
And ran, and I mean he got
And
decked.
and the "Got your hat" thing is just taken off.
Oh yeah, he has
has-
T-shirts
he has
now.
He
merch.
had merch within like half an hour.
He got a
He
tattoo.
got a tattoo.
This is got your hat.
and it.
I mean,
This man is just.
he's a genius marketer,
I mean, what a business move.
bro. He went into this stole Mayweather's hat, went, I know I'm going to take a punch in the fucking eye for this.
Yeah.
But I'm going to sell 1,000
Yeah,
t-shirts while doing
now
it.
he's banned from the. He can't go to the.
Yeah,
fight.
he can't go to the fight, which is great.
That's probably
fucking
probably
hilarious.
a good thing, to be honest.
You got to think this sets up Jake versus Mayweather. If Mayweather wins, because if Mayweather loses to Logan Paul, which I don't think is going to happen, I imagine the money line for Logan Paul is going to be very high because no one's going to fucking bet for him. Everyone's going to be betting on fucking, I don't know. If Mayweather loses, though, it would be so sad. But I don't think anyone's expecting that to happen. I think everyone's expecting Mayweather to just kick his ass. And then him and Jake Paul will fight eventually. Maybe.
Possibly.
But this stealing your hat thing was a wild move. He did get decked. He wore fat-ass sunglasses for the rest of the night whenever he was posting videos.
Yeah,
because he
had a black
definitely
eye.
has a black eye. I mean, listen. Say what you want about this being bad for the sport. You know, people who have trained their whole lives
It's
to get to this point. Boxing's never been hotter in the eye of the media, I don't think. Well, right, in our generation.
Right. Yeah.
Because obviously when Ali and
Yeah.
in our dad's generation, boxing was pretty big. Tyson, but
Yeah, like past decade or so it has.
since
really,
Mayweather
hasn't
has
been-
kind of stopped.
That also
Since
that,
he's been like more part-time than he has. Because the biggest fights in our the past 10 years have been him versus
like
Pacquiao.
him, Pacquiao and him and
McGregor. Yeah. But, I don't know. I've honestly sort of enjoyed Jake Paul's fights just because they've been so short
Yeah.
and to the point, except for the first one where he fought, like, I think it was KSI's brother or some shit.
Deji.
Yeah, he fought Deji. And that was super long. They had, like, protector helmets on. But, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm not paying a fucking dollar for this.
No. You just watch highlights again. It's gonna be all over the
Well,
internet.
no,
anyways.
there'll be,
I mean, streams as well.
there'll be a YouTube stream called
Yeah.
Bird Watching, and it'll just
Yeah.
That's not how I found the last Jake Paul fight, obviously, because I don't break rules like that. But I heard a lot of people tell me
Oh yeah.
that there was a
Yeah.
Bird Watching
Oh, yeah,
YouTube
I'm sure.
that was live, and it
Yeah.
was actually the fight for Jake Paul and Ben Askren, but not me. I
No.
paid the $60.
You have morals.
Correct.
We
would never.
We as
have
a
morals.
show
we
have
would
morals.
never ever do such
Yeah,
thing.
no.
Pirating? Why would we ever do that? That's
Never that.
that's-
But, yeah, I mean, this was awesome. This was cool. Mayweather
Yeah, it's
getting
like
fucking
everywhere all over my feed.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know, because who comes out of this kind of looking bad? Is it Mayweather? Does Mayweather look the
kinda.
worst? Because Jake Paul comes across like Jake Paul.
Yeah, I mean that's just
Like, I feel like we didn't expect anything less.
he
Like,
just
he's a
comes off
prick.
as like the asshole that's just his brand.
Exactly.
And he plays to that. perfectly.
Logan might come off the best because during the press conference, he never really attacked.
Yeah, Logan,
He kind of just played defense, except for
Everything
when
was
he
just kinda-
brought up Japan, and he said, "You're actually
You-
51-0 because
Yeah.
you knocked your wife out," which
Right.
was wild,
I think
wild move.
Mayweather kind of looks the worst because listen, it's understandable that he got pissed because Jake was acting like a child when he stole his hat. There was no reason for that, but like all the clips are of Mayweather kind of like losing his shit and having to be held back.
Can you imagine if Jake Paul said "Gotcha hat," ran away, and he just if Mayweather just sat there and stared at him? Like how different this whole scenario would be.
Right,
Those thousands of T-shirts wouldn't be sold.
Right.
Like because the tattoo wouldn't have been made.
Yeah,
Because
because the
it
whole
wouldn't have
gotcha
been-
hat thing was
Yeah,
for
if
a
he just-
reaction.
Yeah, and the fact that he got the reaction is what made it.
Yeah,
So-
if he stood there was like, why the fuck did you just
Yeah,
take my hat?
okay.
Like, I'm not even fighting you.
Yeah.
Like, what do you?
Yeah, then
like,
Jake
Jake
just
would have
looks
just
like
looked like
an
an
idiot.
idiot. And it
Yeah.
would have been all over. But he
Right.
couldn't handle himself. He couldn't fucking
Right.
keep his composure. He had to. I mean, I don't know. And like, I guess if someone would probably be like, "Oh, how are you just gonna let Jake punk you like that?" I feel like it's more of a punk if he just sat there and was like, "Okay, you have my hat now. What?
Yeah.
What do you want from me?" Lot of boxing talk already on this episode. I'm sorry, but it was a good day yesterday. It was funny to see. It was real funny. More Aaron Rodgers news have come out this past week. The first one was that Aaron Rodgers reportedly mocked Gutekunst in the team group chats by calling him Jerry Cross, who
as he should.
who we know is from the he really got exposed and got a bad look in the Jordan documentary.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Real
The
bad
Last
look.
Dance.
Not someone you want to be compared to.
No.
But then some news came out yesterday with Adam Schefter being on, I think, the Dan Patrick show, where he said that there wasn't a direct source that told him that Aaron Rodgers was leaving. That this was a abundance of information that he had come together and said it, which is wild because in his initial report, it's sources told.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The insider game is wild. It's already wild, but this is a bad look for Adam Schefter. Yeah, he decided to do it on the draft day, which is, I mean, that's Schefty trying to grab headlines.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously, which I don't know if Schefter has to do that. Isn't he like the guy anyway? Him and Tom Pelissero are like the insiders
in terms of actually breaking news. Yeah,
and so I don't know why he thought he had to do that, but he did. AJ Hawk was asked on the Dan Patrick show, I think today, if where he thinks Aaron will be next year, and he said Green Bay. So who the fuck knows? And AJ Hawk went to the Derby with him, the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, oh, he knows.
Right. Yeah.
And that's a fact. Aaron kind of looked bad at the Kentucky Derby. Not bad, but he looked skinny as fuck in that picture. Did you see the picture of the five of them?
I saw the picture, but I don't.
He looked real fucking skinny. I'll see if I can find it. He could,
Yeah,
it could have been the suit that he was wearing.
Yeah.
Did you see his turd fucking? What was it? His tag. Oh my god,
can't
Turd
remember.
Ferguson.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a SNL Jeopardy skit.
Skit. There you go.
Mayweather.
There you
It
go.
could just be that you're also used to seeing Aaron Rodgers with
Pads on. That also could
Yeah.
be it.
So that
That's
could
also
be.
true.
It's also that video of or that picture of him earlier from quarantine of him in the back of the fucking pickup
Yeah.
truck with the Bud Light and the Packers hat. That's perfect. That's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. That's really it for actually, we have one more football thing. I watched the TSL yesterday, the spring league.
Yeah.
A lot of FCF players are there. A lot of XFL players are there. It was not great. I think it has time to improve. The problem is the players have only been together for like 2 weeks, and they're playing games now, and it's like, Jesus Christ, let them fucking get to know each other, figure out some things. The quarterback play is really not great. It picked up in the second half for the second game, but early on I was like, ooh, this is, and like there was like 2 or 3 plays where it was just a run up the middle, and it was just fucking gone. And I was like, oh, no one's gonna tackle at all, and it sucks because I do believe that there are NFL talent out there that aren't necessarily in the NFL, and a lot of like this league, a lot of it has to do with the COVID seniors who didn't get to have their pro days or all that.
Right.
So I don't know, but I hope the league does good. I think they have a game tonight. But yeah, did not look good.
Ladarius Galloway's playing in that league, right?
It's a good question.
I
He
believe
might.
so. I think in the tweet that we saw that like showed listed the players, I'm pretty sure he was
Nice.
one of the ones listed there.
I know TJ Edwards is not there, but he has been advocating himself on Twitter a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He's posting a lot of like workout videos. He looks good. I don't know why he hasn't gotten a chance.
I don't know. I'm not sure, to be honest. Anywhere, like even in like indoor leagues or like just any of the other football. I mean, the spring league for one, but like other leagues like that he's not one of the quarterbacks that are looked at. But
I'm not going to make an assumption here, but I will say all 5 backup quarterbacks from both teams yesterday, like combined was 5, not and I don't know if there was any. I think there were all white quarterbacks in that league. Every single quarterback was a white quarterback, which is not a good look. Not a good look.
Not a good look.
I want to say that what's it called? What was the quarterback? He was in the FCF, the one that was on. I want to say it was your team. I want to say it was he was on the Glacier.
Was it Pindell?
No, Pindell was a different team.
What was his
Glacier
name?
Boys.
I'm blanking. I don't know. Disregard my point. No,
not Jurdy.
I can't think of what his name was. Disregard it. I'm
Yeah.
not going to be able to
He
think
might
of
be
it.
in it. I don't know if he is, but from like
I saw
the 2
another
games I
quarterback
saw, I
name
was
that
like,
I
oh,
recognized.
Crouch?
Ed Crouch.
Could have been.
Because that was our backup.
Might have been. I might have been one of the whoever was the other Wild Aces
But
quarterback.
the quarterback play is not great, not fantastic. The couple like even not the quarterback's fault, but there were a couple terrible drops as well. And I'm not even saying that the league's bad or that the players are bad. I just think 2 weeks is nowhere near enough time
Right.
to be
Especially
out there playing a full game.
How many weeks are they playing?
like how much time
No
Do you
idea.
know?
between
No
the start of those 2 weeks and the last time they actually
Yeah, like
put
some of
pads
these
on in
COVID seniors
practice.
who graduated 2 years ago, not like
Right,
this
yeah.
past year seniors.
like they
2
haven't
years ago
actually put
seniors.
pads on in practice as a team
Yeah.
in like forever. Now they got 2 weeks and then you're playing games. It's
I
tough. It's tough.
I'm
It's
gonna
not
I'm gonna
fun.
continue to watch and see how it works out. But yeah, just wanted to get that out of the way that there is a new league.
Before we move on,
Uh-huh.
because I'm sure this will come out before our other clips that we recorded.
Correct.
If you're wondering here, what the hell is that helmet just doing sitting on a table in front of our table here? If you're watching YouTube, of course. If you're just listening to the podcast, you have no clue what the hell I'm talking about. This helmet here is autographed
Is not a
by an NFL player.
former NFL player.
Former NFL player. Thank you.
No problem. Here for you.
Jason Sehorn, formerly on the Rams and the Giants, signed this helmet. It was won in some contest by John the Intern. And
He decided because he's such a great guy
such a great guy.
that he's just gonna give it back.
He's going to give it back.
You know, and
And
what
what do you
a
know?
guy.
What do you know? One of you could get this helmet here.
Yeah, we posted. We're gonna be posting the giveaway, like the rules and all that, on Instagram.
Yeah,
and
on
YouTube.
Instagram,
Very simple.
YouTube, and TikTok. We'll have videos up on there. Basically, just follow us on here, on YouTube, on Instagram. Comment done under the Instagram post whenever that is posted, and then you'll be entered. And then you could win an autographed helmet by a former NFL player.
Mini helmet.
Mini helmet.
It's one of those mini fucking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
It's
about. You
signed
see
by
it.
a former NFL player. That's
Yeah, and you
That's
don't even
all
have
that
to pay
matters.
for
That's-
it.
you
Like,
don't have
why
to-
are
it's free.
why are you not entering this?
You just have to follow
There's no reason why you
YouTube
shouldn't
and
enter this.
Instagram and just comment a 4-letter word under a post.
It's real simple.
It's pretty simple.
Appreciate you doing that because
Yeah,
I had
appreciate it.
completely forgot that helmet was there as soon as the show started.
Yeah.
It would have been in the intro.
Yeah.
It would have been involved in the intro, but it wasn't because couldn't see it.
Unfortunate. Anyway,
Yeah, go ahead. You
NBA.
can take the rest of them.
Russell Westbrook is now just one triple-double shy of tying Oscar Robertson's record for the most in NBA history. He's just been on a tear the past month or two.
Yeah, he's come up a lot.
Yeah. He's the first player in NBA history to record 50 rebounds and 50 assists over a 3-game span. He had 50 rebounds and 58 assists over 3 games, which is insane. Yeah, he's been coming up pretty much every night. He's had a triple-double the majority of games over the past month or two. Steph Curry, another name that's been brought up countless times over the last month, hit the 300 mark for threes in the season. This is his 4th season which he has done so. The rest of the NBA has only done it once. No, James Harden. Curry's done it 4 times by himself.
We talk about. I don't know if you even have a slide in here. I don't think you do. But who's the fucking? Oh, he's really good. He has 15. He's tied with Dwight Howard for 15 technicals right now.
Luka?
Yeah, and if he gets one more, he's gonna be ejected.
Luka's been. A few of them have been complete BS. There was no because he had one. Was it last week? I think or earlier this week. Basically, he was just walking away, just looking down, looking kind of pissed, and the ref gave him a tech. Didn't say a word. Didn't look at the ref. The ref just gave him a tech for looking upset.
It's wild. Dwight Howard, who's tied with him, he's not even a starter.
Right? No, he comes off the bench for the Sixers.
Oh, okay. So he's not even on the. I thought he was on the Lakers.
He's not on the Lakers anymore.
So, 15 techs off the bench.
I think he's one away from
Suspension.
A 1-game suspension for the regular season.
That's tough.
That is tough.
Luka cannot afford a 1-game suspension right now.
He came out and said, I haven't been myself this season. I need to keep my composure and
We're getting pretty close to these playing tournaments.
Granted, a few of the texts that he's gotten has been complete bullshit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people can agree with that.
The NBA removed one from his record.
Oh, so he would already have 16?
Because he yelled and won after getting a layup, and the refs gave him a tech for it. which was absolutely.
So they
dumb.
removed that one, but not the one where he walked past the ref angrily.
I mean, they might. I'm sure they'll at least review it, but
It's just dumb.
it is dumb.
The rules
refs,
are dumb. The
refs
tech
are-
dumb.
yeah. They give
That's
it
what I'm
for
saying.
anything.
It's one of those things where like
It's like a player by player thing. Like
you can't have emotion.
right.
You know,
Unless,
it's the same
unless
problem.
if you're a superstar player.
Yeah, it's the same thing we talk about with the MLB and their fines for showing emotion.
If
Like
you're like LeBron James, Steph Curry, Giannis, Embiid, any of the superstar players, you can do whatever you can.
yeah, LeBron screams all the time.
Yeah, you can flex your muscles at someone. But whoa, you come off the bench in the fourth quarter. Hey,
Don't
No.
you dare yell L
no,
and
no,
one.
know your place, peasant.
But I mean,
Tech.
so it's 16 suspensions or 16 technicals in the season, then you get a 1-game suspension.
Yeah.
And we're getting pretty close to this play-in tournament here, right? How far away are we?
Depending on the team, it's about like 5-6 games.
Yeah, I think Dallas is only 6 games away.
Yeah.
So Luka cannot afford this fucking a 1-game suspension here.
No, that wouldn't be ideal for the Mavs.
Yeah,
I
because
believe they are in the play-in tournament at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna look to see how many games ahead of the next team. But one team, pretty bad luck. Zion Williamson is out indefinitely. Broke his finger.
No.
And it's tough because the Pelicans are a game and a half out of behind the Spurs for the last spot in the play-in tournament. So it's not looking good for the Pelicans. And the Mavs here, I'm looking at the standings. If the ESPN app wants to load, that'd be cool. The Mavs are currently 5th in the West, and they are 6.5 games above the Spurs for the 10th seed. So they technically haven't clinched a playoff spot, but they would have to lose every single game, and then the Spurs would have to win every single. Actually, no, they clinched a spot at least in the play-in tournament. I think the clinching spot is only for the top 6 seeds.
All right. Well,
Because they're 8.5 games above New Orleans, who are the first ones out completely. So I mean, Dallas is fine.
that's
I mean,
it.
granted, you still don't really want the suspension. I'm not sure if that would carry over to the playoffs.
Is it still
if you-
only
like,
one game? I thought they upped it last season.
No, it's a one game.
Okay.
Would be tough if he gets it like
The last game of the
I
season.
don't know if it carries over to the playoffs. I think it does because I remember Draymond. He got suspended for a game during the 3-1 comeback in the finals. He missed game 5, I want to say.
Yeah.
Because he had a lot of techs on his record. I don't remember the exact number then, but yeah, it's tough.
It's tough
You'd be
because
close to
sometimes
having a
it's not
suspension.
even the fucking player's fault.
Correct. What were we talking about here? Anthony Edwards, it seems to be solidifying his spot as Rookie of the Year. Unfortunate that LaMelo had to miss month and a half. That took him out because LaMelo, he was the front runner before he went out. But Anthony Edwards becomes the 3rd teenager in NBA history to record a 45-5 game, joining LeBron and Kevin Durant.
If you don't watch basketball, like I don't, like me, like I don't religiously sit down and watch every game, but I do watch like highlights every now and then.
Yeah.
LaMelo Ball, is he the best fucking passer in the league right now?
I don't know about the best. but
He
he's
is
definitely
disgust. It seems like
one of
every
the
night I'm on fucking Instagram
Yeah,
and it's him throwing it either
he's
45
quickly-
yards
He's
or
quickly become one of the best passers.
there was
in
the
league.
one where someone passed it out to him and he one-handed it without even hesitating, just fucking zipped it past the dude's head.
fastball down to the baseline.
And it's one of the in basketball you don't really see that because you want to look. You know, he could have probably had a shot there,
Yeah.
but instead he saw the dude. I mean, perfect timing. It was real good.
Yeah, he's adapted to the NBA very, very
way
quickly.
better than I thought he was gonna be because even Lonzo has gotten way better than he was.
I mean, he's gotten
when-
better.
when he was
I
on
don't
the
know
Lakers.
I don't know about way better.
I think.
Lonzo's
Do you
still
think-
like
do you think-
super inconsistent.
Do you think if the Lakers could take not that trade back, but if they could give up one person or take one person back and give out Kuzma, who would it have been in that trade?
Ingram?
Ingram. He won most improved, didn't he, last year?
I think so. Yeah.
I think he did.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he did. But I think Lonzo's gotten better than he was.
I mean, he's gotten better. Yeah, but he's
He's definitely not his brother.
not.
His brother's
No.
way better.
LeBron James is expected to miss the next 2 games due to his ankle, and will most likely have to deal with ankle pain in the postseason. Oh my God, cry me a river.
Come on,
The
dude.
excuses
Jesus
are already
Christ.
coming up. Already with the
All right,
excuses.
let's relax.
Mickey James.
Jesus.
I mean,
yeah, facts. This is a setup
This
so that
isn't-
when he does win the championship,
yeah,
his
this is a
his
setup,
fans could
yeah,
be like,
either
he literally
he
hopped
wins-
his way to
yeah.
a championship
If he
with the
win-
Lakers
yeah,
on his
if-
back.
If he wins the championship, oh my God, fucking with an injured ankle,
He
he can
doesn't even-
barely walk.
He doesn't even have to make it. If he makes it to the conference finals, it'll be
Yeah,
he
like,
took this team to the conference finals.
with a fucking sprained
Yeah,
ankle.
literally hopped
if-
his
And
way.
if he doesn't, it'd be like, oh yeah, the sprained ankle. He wasn't 100%.
Yeah, facts. Noah
Um,
is a huge LeBron hater for
I
sure.
do it for the meme. I don't like LeBron fans.
Yeah.
They-
I think that's what it is.
That's
I
what
think
it
it's
is.
LeBron
That's what it
fans.
is. LeBron fans, they're a little too much.
They make LeBron not likable. And LeBron doesn't, he doesn't do himself much justice either. Some of the things he says,
Yeah,
I
he
mean-
plays into it.
his Instagram post with him being on the first page of every book, is laughable. It's a
Yeah.
good meme. But, I don't know. Good for him. Well, not good for him, actually. He's hurt.
Yeah,
Poor LeBron.
correct.
Also,
Um,
last week we talked about it, but him saying I'll never be 100% again after the sprained ankle, it's comical. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
On the other side of the injury spectrum, James Harden said he's very confident that he'll be back before the postseason from his hamstring injury. The Nets seem to struggle when they're without Harden. They're 16-16 without him and 27-7 with him in the lineup. So
Have we ever seen the three of them play together? Like Durant, Harden, and Kyrie?
very rarely.
Like, do we actually ever see them?
I mean, KD had his injury stint. Harden had his injury stint.
And Kyrie,
Kyrie had
personal days off
personal matters to attend to.
multiple times.
Yeah.
But, I feel like I've never seen them together.
They played a couple,
Two, maybe four.
3 games together.
Let's have this conversation. I think it was Kendrick Perkins
Yes,
was the one that
Kendrick
brought up.
Perkins, who, I mean, this man has some terrible takes sometimes.
See, I don't even think that this
Listen,
is a bad take. I don't, because I think it really. I mean, if you like the NBA more than you like football, you're gonna say basketball. So the question is it harder to win an NFL title or an NBA title? And I mean, I think
The common answer in the comments was the NFL.
I
and
think
I have to agree.
yeah, I think if we really take the two sports, the NFL is the most team sport, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Football's a very team sport. I think one person can easily make a difference in the NBA.
Right.
Not meaning that they're gonna win you need more than one person to win a
Right.
championship.
Yeah.
I think, obviously, but one or two guys can win a championship in the NBA.
yeah,
You have to have all 11 people on both sides of the ball performing there almost, and not that you get 4 opportunities to win in the NBA, but that series definitely does. Great,
More than just one game.
great
It's
teams
just-
win with an 0-2, going 0-2.
right.
You know what I mean? You can't play bad in the Super Bowl for 4 quarters because that's it.
Right.
Then you're done. You don't have a shot.
It's a one and done. If you have a bad game, it's tough luck. Go home. Try again next year.
And also, like I said, it kind of reminds me of that. I think it might have been Tyson said, "Everyone has a plan till you get punched in the face for
Yeah.
boxing." It kind of reminds me of that for football. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you can sit there and say winning a football championship's easier, but when you get fucking lit up by Ray Lewis at midfield,
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, "Ow,
Yeah, because
that fucking hurt."
Or if you go into a game with a certain offensive scheme or game plan and it doesn't work, or defensive game plan, and then all of a sudden you give up 2-3 touchdowns, you have to change. You can't.
Yeah.
You don't have
can't-
time to you have
be
to
like,
adjust.
we got game 2 tomorrow. We can switch it then. You have to adjust then, and it has to work.
It's tough.
If LeBron has a bad game, doesn't do well, and your team loses, you can.
He'll have a chip on his shoulder and put up
Yeah,
fucking
like,
35
oh,
the next day.
But if fucking Tom Brady or Pat Mahomes
Throws
or
4
Aaron Rodgers
interceptions.
throws 4 interceptions, you're fucked.
Season's over.
You can't you can't. There's nothing to do about
And
that.
there is something definitely difficult about that, and I think
I mean, each side has its arguments.
yeah, definitely for sure. And like I said, depending on whether you're a fan,
They are
more of
both
a fan of what.
extremely challenging.
Sports is hard. All right,
Yeah,
can we
hard.
get that out of the
There's
way?
a reason
Sports are
why
hard.
They're paid
I've had
millions of
this-
dollars to do it.
I had this
because
argument with my boy today
it's
because
really hard to do it.
he was talking about how boxing shouldn't be looked at as like this big of a sport anymore because boxing people don't go to MMA, but MMA people go to boxing. And I'm like, yeah, but like they're two very different technical sports. Like there aren't a lot of MMA people that succeed in boxing.
Right.
There really isn't because they go into it thinking I know how to throw a punch, I can fucking do this. But then either their instincts of MMA where they try to like grapple, or we saw McGregor a couple times hit Mayweather like a little bit late in the back of the head because you can do that when someone's like crouched over or something, but you can't in boxing. It's a very different sport. So I think sports are fucking hard, and we can't compare them, right? Because Isaac is fucking like way better than any of us at soccer, right? But you are way better than us at basketball, and that doesn't mean that like you're fucking more talented than he is because you're better than that.
Right.
They're both you can't do what he does, and he can't do it. This is dumb. This is a stupid fucking argument. You cannot beat me in tennis. That is the fakest shit I've ever heard you say in my life, Isaac.
I feel like I could take you.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. That is the craziest thing I've ever heard.
See, I know I'm ass at tennis,
Yeah,
so
see,
I know.
that's what I fucking thought. Have you guys ever fucking swung a racket
Yes.
on a court?
Yes.
Gym in middle school? Yeah, good. I'm glad you think you can fucking on what the Wilcox courts. Those courts suck.
Yeah.
They have like hills and shit and cracks. It's terrible. But no, that's not even a good meme, Isaac, that you just said that.
I feel like I could.
I know that you can.
Future YouTube video.
I know
So
that
we
you
have
can.
to find this out.
Yeah, we can do this summer for sure.
Yeah.
Because the courts are open. But yeah, this is a dumb argument, but I'm going to say NFL.
Yeah.
What are your?
Yeah,
you didn't
I'm
even
in
say
this. What we just had an
No, I
entire
mean like
conversation.
what is your?
Yeah,
also
NFL as well.
I
Yeah,
mean, if you think of like NFL, you rarely ever see repeats, even like just appearances to the Super Bowl. I mean,
Patriots did kind of
the
dominate for
Patriots
20
did-
years.
I mean, yeah, but they weren't in the Super Bowl every single.
Yeah.
They got a limit.
Yeah, there was a
got
a
eliminated
stint
in-
where it was okay. It's going to be Golden State versus LeBron. Like there
Yeah.
was that.
6 straight years, it was the same 2 fucking teams in the finals. Yeah, that's just our thoughts there.
Yeah, sports is hard.
Sports are difficult.
No need to compare them.
Luke.
Baseball
MLB
stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
baseball.
John Means became the third pitcher this year to throw a no-hitter. Pitcher
It's
for
a
the
lot
Orioles.
already. Three,
Yeah,
I feel like
is
it's
that-
3, and it's.
It's got to be like
May
the record
7th.
for the fastest with 3 no hitters.
I would imagine that it's up there. I didn't see a specific stat, but John
Probably.
Means. I mean, I knew he was a good pitcher. He had been good in previous years with the Orioles, but he's doing good. And also the fact that we face the Orioles for the next 4 games, and we miss John Means, so we don't have to face him.
No,
So
it's
love to
Just
see that.
seeing this now because you brought it up earlier. I don't.
DeAndre Francois,
Yes, he's the
The
quarterback.
Glacier
from the
Boys
FCF.
quarterback.
He is starting tonight for the Blues.
Love to see that.
Good
I was
for
gonna say I knew there was another quarterback. I just couldn't think of what his name was. DeAndre Francois. Okay, but yeah, John Means threw the no hitter. It was nice. It was the first Orioles no hitter since
69.
it had been a fairly long time.
It was a long time.
But you do love to see it. Thing you don't love to see, Angels released Albert Pujols.
It is sad.
It is unfortunate.
Didn't they designate him for assignment? Or is
That's
that basically
That's
the same thing?
basic. Yeah, it's basic. I think it was a straight up release, but that's basically it's the same thing. Just because of the amount of money that is still left. I mean, when they signed him 10 years ago, because he's on the last year of his contract, it was a 10-year, $253 million contract. Just a lot of money. They gave it, and at the time he was, how old was he? I have the thing right here. He was 30. Well, no, he was 32 when they signed him to the 10-year contract.
Why'd they do that?
Because they wanted to pry him away from the Cardinals, and they wanted to have him for the rest of his career. And I mean, they did. It's just unfortunate for the last 3 or 4 years he's just regressed as an offensive player. I mean, do you guys know his stats were when he played in St. Louis? Absolutely.
I know he was
insane.
Oh yeah,
really
absolutely.
fucking
when
good.
we were younger.
Mind-boggling
Yeah.
how good he was. Just home run totals. The lowest amount that he hit when he was on the Cardinals was 32 in a season. He was in the 40s 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times.
I remember he
He
was
played
disgusting.
10 seasons
back when PS2
and hit
MLB
over
games.
300 all of those years except his last year in 2011. He hit 299.
He
That's
also
wild.
So basically,
That's wild.
looking at these
Basically
two
300.
pictures
had
did not age a fucking bit.
no. He
other than the
literally-
beards, but he looks.
He just got a little heavier. That's
he
all.
looks
That's,
almost the exact same.
Yeah, no. He's
Yeah, he does look a little bit older when he was on the Cardinals. He
but
looks
had
younger.
over 100 RBIs every year,
What was
except
his
that last
highest home run total for a
year.
season?
He hit 47 in 2009.
I remember when he got.
I mean,
his,
even as of 2015, when he
what
was
was that?
on the Angels, he hit 40 home runs.
What was that milestone?
that was
hit
only-
he got 2 years ago. Was it his 3,000th hit or something?
He has.
Yeah. I remember seeing the graphic that they did of every single one of his hits, from a top view and pictures. He does not just pull or pull. He hits every single fucking where in the field.
Yeah,
It was
he is
evenly spread out everywhere.
He's probably one of the best, if not the best, offensive first basemen of all time. Just because that's what he was. He was just so good for so long.
Play another game somewhere.
I think because of he's 41. I mean, he has 5 home runs this year, but he is hitting 198.
Yeah.
So it's one of those situations that.
Sign a 1-day contract with the
Also,
Cardinals.
I do want you to know that Bobby Delbeck did just hit an absolute fucking moonshot in Baltimore.
Wow. 2 home runs on the season.
Yep.
Yeah.
So his
Oh
average
my God.
is
The greatest moment the
He's
other day
now
when
hitting,
Bobby
180.
Dahlbeck got fucking pinch hit and Vasquez hit a fucking an RBI single.
Yeah, that was
Great
nice.
moment. Good call by.
great call.
Fantastic.
It
call.
was a good decision.
It was
It was absolutely a great decision.
one of the best decisions I think the Red Sox have made this year.
Absolutely. Props to Alex Cora.
But I mean, Luke, you're telling me he hit his 2nd home run of the season. And that's cool.
So
So his average is now what, 201?
I just wanted. No, it's probably lower than
It's
that. I
probably
just
lower
wanted you to
than
know.
that. One-
I just wanted you to
187
know.
or some
Yeah.
shit.
I just wanted
I'm
you to
actually
know.
gonna check.
It's
But
probably
the
not
Red
good.
Sox are now
Probably
winning
not
4-0. So,
Good. We
Do
will
love to
Something
see
like
that.
going
Red
into
Sox
this
wins.
game. I'll check what it was.
but yeah, no. Albert Pujols
We have
for sure a first ballot Hall of Famer whenever he's eligible.
Great career.
But I personally think that there's probably a team might sign him to the veteran minimum just to have him be there.
Like a role model player.
Yeah, but I don't know if he wants because with the Angels he would they had a younger good first baseman in Jared Walsh and they don't really have and they have Otani at DH
Does
they don't
anyone
have
really
the
need a first baseman.
that's the
right
thing
now?
it's in terms
Who
of
plays first
what
baseman for the Sox? Is it Dahlbeck?
Yeah.
Low key.
Bobby Dahlbeck.
Could have
Go-
traded
going-
Bobby Dahlbeck to the
Going
Angels for
into
him.
tonight's game, he was
I would've
batting
taken it.
193.
Okay.
But so far tonight, he's 2 for 2. 3 RBIs.
All right. Maybe he's getting hot. Who knows?
Maybe.
I mean I hope so.
I would.
Me
I
fucking
also-
too.
I hope
I-
so.
I want to like the
I-
dude.
I don't want to have to shit on him every
Yeah,
single
I really-
episode.
I don't want to be upset that he's a Red Sox every time.
It's
I
just
don't want the
there's-
Julio
there-
Lugo
there's other-
vibes
Yeah.
every
But
fucking week.
I don't know. There's just other players in the Red Sox that are also struggling that you guys don't talk about.
I get
every
it.
Well, I
time.
mean, French
Fucking
Cordero
every
is
That we're all in
he's
agreement.
not playing every game. though.
Well, also, but we're all in
He's,
agreement
like,
that he
in there
sucks.
every
He's
once
still-
in a while.
Like everyone knows he sucks. Everyone's talking about
Bobby
he
Dahlbeck
sucks.
is a starter. He's in the lineup nearly every single night.
And I continue to see that he's going to be a great player. That's why. No one is
That's
telling
also
me
true.
that dude is going to be good. Francie
Franchy
Cordero. No one's being like, yo, this dude's going to be like a great all-star player someday. That's why I'm not talking about him. We all know he sucks. But Bobby Dahlbeck, I'm looking at, and people are like, yo, he's going to be like an all-star in
He's
at
the
least 2
future
years.
of
The
this
future
team.
of the team for sure. And then,
I mean, he's
And he's going
You
over
know,
still
then-
still
4
is.
times a
It's,
week.
it's still this is his first full season.
and
We'll
hits
see.
Hits a home run once a month.
listen, I don't want to hate Bobby Dahlbeck.
Yeah,
All right,
we
I
don't
really
want-
don't.
We don't want to.
Just
You
give
just
it a
gotta
few
play
months.
better.
Just let him
Listen,
let him adjust.
when he's heating up, we'll be back on the Bobby Dahlbeck hype train. I will be the first to buy my ticket back on the Bobby Dahlbeck hype train.
I will welcome you back. I have not left.
But for now, that train has left the station. It's got to do another loop around before I want to even consider going
I'm
back
sightseeing
on
right now.
I agree.
I'm sightseeing on the train. We're just looking around. There's not a lot to look at, but we're looking around.
But I mean, good for Pujols. You know.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pujols.
What I hope happens is that the Cardinals sign him to cause, I mean, the Cardinals don't really have
it'll be a one-day
spot
deal or some
at
shit.
first base. They do have Paul Goldschmidt, so they don't really have that. And given the fact they don't have a DH, they also don't have that, so they literally don't really have a spot for him. But sign him to a one-day contract. Let him play a game. Give Goldschmidt the day off. Let the fans give him the standing ovation again. Let him retire. Sounds like a good idea.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Already, all I'm fucking seeing is he hit one fucking home run, and it's 4 in a row.
Come on with the throbby D.
Absolutely.
4 tweets in a row about Bobby Dahlbeck hitting a home run. Another one. I mean, what are we doing? Another one. I mean, this dude tweeted it 4 times already. That was a fucking swing, though. Holy shit.
That's what I'm saying. It was a fucking absolute.
That was a absolute fuck. I mean, he swung at this bat expecting this to go 4,000 feet. But I mean, you're batting still under 200, so let's relax a little bit. Ohtani is the fucking best baseball player in the league.
Yeah, the stat, it is, like, I knew what he could be when the Angels first signed him, but, like, actually seeing it, like, come to fruition and him actually, like, being healthy enough to do both at the same time, it's wild what he's able to do.
There was a Twitter account, I don't remember what it was, but it was some media people, tweeted, it was an Old Takes Exposed, and sometimes Old Takes Exposed are unfortunate, because there's some undeserving people that go through that,
Mm-hmm.
like someone has, like, I don't know, it's just sad. It's real sad sometimes. But this article was an entire article about why Ohtani is a high school hitter and why he's not going to succeed in the MLB. And I was like, that's fucking wild.
I did see that. Yeah, I don't know why people had that take.
He's basically a high school baseball player, is what they said. And
I understand that not
Jesus.
every hitter transitions to MLB pitching is like compared to Japanese pitching. It's not, the transition isn't always smooth, but to call him a high school
fucking
hitter,
dude a chance.
That was just disrespect. Even at the time, that was still a wild
so
take.
I've seen that article like 60 times.
Yeah,
over
but
this
the
so now
stat.
that the Angels have literally the best 2 players in baseball right now, are they ever going to be something?
No, and they have Anthony Rendon, and they're still not a team that's. Their pitching is just so bad, and they just don't actually really address it at any point. They kind of just sign middle of the rotation guys.
See, it's
and hope
scaring
it
me
works
because
out.
Ohtani needs to be in the MLB. Okay, he for the sport, right? He needs to be there. He's gonna fucking hate his life in 2 years playing for this god awful team and go back to Japan, and it's gonna be fucking devastating.
Or he signs with the Sox.
I mean, he could sign with the Sox. They do get hot quite often.
We do get hot quite
He's gonna sign
often.
with the fucking Yankees, and I'm gonna have to fucking hate him for the rest of my life, because that's how this shit works. That's
I'm gonna look
how
at his
this happens.
contract right now and figure that out, because I think the Angels signed him to a relatively.
Because the Yankees are going to have the fucking money to do it because they put all of their money in Garrett Cole. And
They'll
then,
figure it out.
And then when Judge's contract is up and they got to re-sign him, they're going to pay him a shitload of money just for him to play
No, you'll see.
30
The year
games.
his contract's up
Ohtani's
is
a-
the negotiating
Ohtani
contract
is
of
a
the
free
cap
agent.
space thing, so they're gonna fucking shoot it up for the Yankees.
He's a free agent in 2024.
Yeah, I mean, 4 years for the Yankees to figure out their cap space thing. He's gonna be a Yankee. I just know it, and it's gonna fucking kill me.
Or, you know what? Sox win the World Series. They get their 3-year slump. And then
He comes in.
He comes in.
League MVP.
Because roughly every 4 years since 2004, we've won the World Series. Roughly, it's been like 3, 4, 5, around that area.
Yeah, it was a little more between 2007 and 2013, but a low gap. Low gap.
Speaking
rough
about
estimate.
the Red Sox, Brandon Workman.
Yes, I did.
He's back.
Did you guys? I did talk about the Heimblum thing a little bit in our group chat in terms of how this is mad funny that this happened because we literally traded him.
Yeah, so explain it.
So the trade. So it was last season with the Phillies, and the Phillies really needed relief pitching because that was one of their. I mean, they still really need relief pitching, but at the time they were trying to make the playoffs and they needed a closer, and the Red Sox were like, okay, well, we have Brandon Workman, who was like, in numbers wise in 2019, he was like, I mean, Chapman won the reliever of the year award, but Workman had better stats in multiple categories, so like they were neck and neck for that award. I mean, it was absolutely insane how good he was in 2019. Wasn't as great in 2020, but also smaller sample size, only had a limited number of innings pitched for the Red Sox, but we traded him for Nick Pivetta, current Red Sox starter, and Connor Siebold, who's one of the, I think he's number 14 on the Red Sox, top 30, but another pitching prospect that we didn't have before.
Right.
And then, so
We
the
also
Philly,
gave him, Hembry?
yeah, Heath Hembry and Brandon Workman, both of them absolute cheeks for the Phillies. Absolutely awful. And then both of them were going into this season, were not on the team, where they weren't on the Phillies anymore. And then Workman signed with the Cubs and then got released by the Cubs. And I think Hembry is pitching for the Reds now or something. He signed a minor league contract, but now he's up in the majors again. But either way, Heath Hembry isn't the name I care about. He wasn't that great. I mean, he was on the Red Sox for a while, but I wasn't jumping up and cheering every time he came out of the bullpen. So, but essentially we traded Heath Hembry for Nick Pivetta and Connor Siebold, essentially, because we got Brandon. I mean, Brandon Workman, and we signed him to the minor league deal, so he's gonna go play for our AAA affiliate. Hopefully, he can figure out what the fuck has been going on with him the last year and a half, because he has been absolute ass. So, but hopefully he can figure it, because if he figures it out and then comes back and is just as good, like, that's fucking absolutely insane, because then you have Brandon Workman and Matt Barnes at the same time.
Would be nice.
That would be a huge addition.
We do need relievers.
Yeah, I mean, I would.
Oh, you don't like Josh
Taylor,
Josh Taylor?
Austin Bryce,
Or
Not a fan of
Adam
Josh Taylor.
Ottavino, who has
he has
blown
been.
couple Petrie games
He's
this
been
season.
better of late.
Every
He had
time,
the
if
save-
I'm
he
not
had the
watching the
save
Red Sox
yesterday.
game, like I was like at work yesterday,
Yeah.
and I know whenever Josh Taylor comes in because Luke fucking
Luke
texted
gets- yeah,
me.
Luke
I
gets
cannot
pissed every
stand
single time.
Josh Taylor.
every single time.
And
Luke
it's
has
wild
something to say
because
about it.
In MLB The Show, Josh Taylor is, besides Barnes, is our
The
highest rated reliever.
Yeah.
It's because we had even more no names in our bullpen other than him last year. A lot of people we have this year are new additions because we didn't have Sawamura, we didn't have Ottavino. So
Is Sawamura even in MLB The Show? I feel like I haven't seen him in a while.
I have no idea. He might be, but
Good question, I guess.
I don't remember ever seeing him in the...
Who cares? You know?
I
Who
mean,
really cares?
Maybe he does. I don't know. Maybe he wants to
Might.
be in the video game.
But yeah. So Brandon Workman's on the Red Sox again.
Love to see it.
Love
Good
to see
for
it. And then, I mean, I just have this here because, what's it called? So Kike Hernandez hit a leadoff double yesterday and then hurt his hamstring, of course, in the process. And is now on the 10-day IL. But it gives the option for the Red Sox to call up Michael Chavis, who's been kind of just stuck in, I mean, AAA did just start, but stuck in the minor leagues, in between because Arroyo's been playing so well. And then, I mean, when Chavis is coming, I love Chavis, him as a player and as a person, he's is a fun person to
I remember
watch.
when he first got brought up, he was hitting just fucking rockets.
Yeah, I mean, his home runs are fucking absolute moonbops. But at the same time, the man can't hit a high fastball, and pitchers realize that. So then, if there's two strikes, it's gone. It's either he's swinging at a pitch in the dirt. I mean, if he works on it, it could be a lot better. It's just that is something that became a pretty glaring fact, was that if he had two strikes and if the pitcher either threw a high fastball or a curveball in the dirt, he was swinging and missing every single time. It was just one of those things. But Michael Chavis is up, so maybe we'll see where he fits in terms of playing. Because I mean, now that we've kind of gotten random injuries because Arroyo got hit in the hand again for the second time.
I was say this is
in
the
a
second
week and a
time in
half.
a week that he fucking has been hitting the hand at bat.
So that'll give them the option, because with Kike and IL, kind of have to shift things around. I mean, Michael Chavis can play the outfield, but they'll probably put Marwin Gonzalez in the outfield and then have him play second. Yeah, that's it. And then, I mean, MLB standings, it's pretty much the same. Red Sox are still in first. And,
First in the league.
yeah,
Not
we do.
just- not just the
We
division,
do
not just the
technically. I mean, games have been played now. I don't know exactly, but this morning,
AL. I checked before the podcast. We have the best record.
Yeah, we are tied for the most wins, but we have the least amount of losses as well. So we have the best record in baseball right now.
Correct.
Which you do love to see.
And we were at, 4-0 as of like 2 minutes ago?
Yeah,
against the Orioles?
top of the fifth, we're up 4-0. Yankees also lost today.
You'll love to see it. Yankees back.
To be in shit.
Down their shit show.
They're what? They've had a pretty good week though. They're 7-3 in the last, or it would be 7-4
in the last 10.
Yeah, they
or before tonight. Yeah,
they got hot against teams that weren't very good. I mean, not that that's what they should do. Like,
Granted,
I'm not discrediting that.
Well, yeah, you can't.
They
because
should.
They swept the Tigers and then
we
lost
didn't.
to
Yeah.
the Tigers. So, but that's it, guys. I think that's nothing else to cover. Went over everything.
Just signed helmet there.
Correct. Look out
Jason
for our
Horn.
Instagram,
Look out for the
TikTok, and
posts.
shit, and we'll be posting on YouTube here soon. Yeah, I think that's about it. I feel like there was another thing to say.
I don't know.
But
Where can they find us, Noah?
They can find
There
us
it is.
at thejnlsportshow.com. Thank you, Luke, because Josh forgot
last week. Yeah.
jnlsportshow.com. All our social media at the top. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook group. We'll have to add our TikTok up there eventually. And then down below you can find all the platforms you can listen to every episode. All 69 episodes now. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and the other ones.
And the other ones.
The ones that you guys never heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luke, you got anything else to say?
Red Sox have the best record in baseball.
Which is a good thing. Good thing. FCF trading cards are out. They have 3,000 of them that they're giving away. And FCF footballs are on their shop now. So, go spend your money on that. The cards do look fucking awesome. I don't know if you saw them. Also, this is something that I don't know a lot of people know because they don't advertise this enough, which they should. If you are an FCF owner, you get exclusive things and first looks at the cards and stuff like that. John is an owner of the Zappers. John the intern is an owner of the Zappers. And he got like an email, and it was about the cards. And it was like, oh, you get like the first pick of the cards. And I wonder if they did the same thing for the footballs. I'm not sure. But that is cool because it does put it on an important status. You know what I mean? You're not just giving money to them and getting nothing.
It incentivizes it.
Yeah, so that's always cool. I've thought about maybe putting a little bit of money into the ownership at some point. I might do one of the new teams that comes out that they're doing for the next season, but who knows? Yeah, guys, that's the end of episode 69. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday.